Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to be talking about something that I think is super relevant to pretty much everyone,
hmm
and that's about navigating loss and, what comes after.
Yeah.
We're going to be taking some excerpts from Wending Through Loss, exploring new paths and opportunities.
Okay.
And I just love this idea of wending, right?
Right.
It's not just about like going straight,
Yep. Yeah.
it's about all those like winding turns that you take along the way.
Absolutely.
But right out of the gate, the source asks this really interesting question. What's the difference between being lost and exploring?
Well, that's a very nuanced question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think, when we talk about being lost, there's this sense of no intent, right? Like
Yeah.
you're just kind of stuck and you don't really know where to go or what to do.
hmm
Whereas exploring has that element of purpose, even if the path forward isn't super clear.
Yeah, like I remember when I left my first job,
Right.
I had no plan and I just felt completely lost. But when I look back, that period of feeling lost actually
Yeah.
pushed me to try all these new things that I never would have considered otherwise.
I think that's a really good point, and the source really dives into that idea,
Okay.
that feeling lost after some kind of setback. That's just part of being human.
hmm
That's when the fear and the uncertainty, they just kind of take over,
Yeah.
and you have to
Uh,
kind of reevaluate everything.
Right.
But here's the thing that I find so fascinating.
Okay.
That feeling of being lost actually creates this kind of urgency.
Mm.
It's like this internal pressure that can really propel you forward.
So you're saying that feeling lost can actually be a good thing.
In a way, yes.
Interesting.
It's like a catalyst for change. Think of it like you're stuck in a maze.
Okay.
That discomfort you feel, well, at best, as much motivates you to find a way out.
Right.
We all have a choice to make.
Yeah.
We can either let the negative feelings win, or we can use that energy to look for a new path.
So how do we actually harness that urgency?
Okay.
How do we go from feeling lost to actually exploring?
Well, the source recommends, starting by thinking about your past successes.
Okay.
Think about those times when you achieved something you were really proud of.
Yeah.
Even if it seems small now,
hmm
maybe you finished a big project or you learned a new skill or, even just made it through a really tough situation.
Right. It's like reminding yourself that you're resilient,
Exactly.
that you've faced challenges before and you've come out the other side.
Exactly.
Well, what about those times when you're just feeling so overwhelmed that you can't even remember those past wins?
Well, the source has a really beautiful alternative for those moments.
Right.
And it's really simple. Just start walking.
Mm.
Take small steps, explore as far as you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And remember, you can always come back to that path when you're ready.
So it's about taking action, even if it's just a tiny step forward.
Yes, and the source also emphasizes that, we all have the power to create our own opportunities.
That's so true.
The more opportunities we create for ourselves, the more likely we are to find that spark,
Yeah.
the path that really speaks to us.
It kind of reminds me of this quote by the artist Andy Goldsworthy.
Oh, yeah.
He said, I take the opportunities each day offers. If it is snowing, I work with snow.
Mm.
At leaf fall, it will be with leaves.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, it's all about embracing the circumstances that you're given and finding the creative potential in them.
Exactly. Goldsworthy's art really embodies that idea, right? He
Absolutely.
doesn't just sit around and wait for inspiration to hit him.
Right.
He finds it in everyday life.
Yeah.
He adapts to whatever's happening around him,
Yeah.
and he turns those limitations into opportunities.
It's really inspiring.
So to sum it all up, we've learned that feeling lost is totally normal.
It's part of the journey.
Yeah. But that feeling of urgency that comes with it can actually help us start exploring new paths.
Exactly.
We can draw strength from our past successes,
Mm-hmm.
or we can just start walking, even if we don't know where we're going.
Absolutely.
And most importantly, we can create our own opportunities.
That's the key.
So I want to leave you with this question.
It's okay.
How can you work with the snow or the leaf fall in your own life?
Mm.
What opportunities can you create today to turn those challenges into fuel for growth and exploration?
That's a great question for everyone to consider.
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive. We'll see you next time.